This is Dads and Dunks, your To The Point Wolves Talk podcast. I'm Tom.
And I'm Josh.
And oh my goodness, do we have a game to talk about. So let's skip the intro. Let's get after it. Josh, what's up first?
That was quite a game. I was very stressed out watching the game, like sometimes a good stress, sometimes a bad stress. We thought for this recap, we would kind of go through everything chronologically. So, there's some big injuries. We'll get to those kind of as they happen in the game. We'll talk about it. We'll get back into the game. Just kind of want to set the table for everybody. The Wolves did end up winning this game, 112-96. The Wolves are up 3-1 in the series. Next game is Monday night, 9:30 in Denver. So get some sleep, take a nap, and call in sick to work on Tuesday. So when the game started, Aaron Gordon played, and there was this question of whether or not Aaron Gordon would play, and instantly, he looks bad. He can't really jump. He can't hit a shot. He ended up playing 23 minutes. He was 1 for 5 from 3. He only had 1 rebound, no assists, no steals. He just wasn't very involved. So right away, I'm like, oh, this is great. Aaron Gordon looks unhealthy. Tom, always talk that if Aaron Gordon can't play, we felt we were going to win the series. Did you see the same thing?
Yeah, we talked about this last time. I was like, we may have just texted about it. I was like, why would they rush him back? This is an injury where he could just get more hurt. I mean, it's a game full of injuries, but it's like, if he's not 100%, you still have to try it because he's one of your best players, third best player, I guess, on your team. Oh, but man, he was hobbled. It was clear. He hasn't been the same Aaron Gordon the whole time, but it did not look good.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon is probably one of the best size, speed, strength athletes in the NBA. If you remember, he had that epic dunk contest with Zach LaVine many years ago. Aaron Gordon's a great athlete, and he got the ball in the paint and had Jaden or somebody on his backside. He could have dunked it, and he just put up this grandpa layup, and he missed it. Aaron Gordon, I don't know, unless he gets, I don't know, some type of crazy European stem cell implants, nanobots, he is not going to be effective in game 5. So that's great. The downside is about 2 minutes into the game, Donte has an Achilles injury, and Donte is not only out for this game, he's not only out for the rest of the playoffs. I mean, he's out for all of next year, if not a large chunk of next year. So Tatum had a very similar injury at a very similar time in the playoffs last year. Also had surgery the next day, just like Donte did, and came back. I think he came back in March, and he looks good. But, Halliburton didn't play this year. Dame did not play this year. Tom, what were you thinking when you saw him on the ground clapping for the people to come over? He knew it was hurt. You've had some injuries.
Yeah. I've had the exact same injury as him, the Achilles, in the exact same spot on the floor going for a loose ball. So when I saw it, mine was not in the playoffs. Mine was at Lifetime Fitness in St. Louis Park, so a little different. But I was like, oh,
Same
yep,
thing.
there it goes. It was the exact same thing. Ball's rolling. You're going to go for it. It's done. I was actually up in Grand Rapids at my wife's grandma's celebration of life. Nice long life, Grandma Jackie. Shout out, Grandma Jackie. She's still with us in spirit, but we're up there, and it's a big hockey family. It's Grand Rapids, so they were watching the Wild go wild. That was a wild game. If anybody on here watches the Wild,
they came back, right? They were down 0-2.
Yeah,
they won
down
in
to the very end, and so we were all after the celebration of life back at her Aunt Dee Dee's house. There must have been 40, 50 people there, hanging out, and they were watching that, and I was watching the start of the Wolves game on my phone because they were watching the end of the Wild game, and as soon as watching both, and I saw that happen, and my face just went flat, and my wife Ellie looks at me and she's like, "What?" And I was like, "He ruptured his Achilles," and it's you just know it when you see it. I think everybody does, but I think in particular, having had it, I'm every time I see it, I'm I know they have to dance around whether it happened or not, but I just get a sick feeling in my stomach because I know how brutal it is from personal experience to try to come back from that, and I feel bad for him. It's a really tough injury. An ACL is tough. Every injury is tough, but an Achilles is mentally coming back from that. So a grind. And so I love Donte, everything he's brought to this team. It made me so sad. So, and we won the game, and the game was awesome, and we'll get to that later. So it was For those of you who have had little kids, the Daniel Tiger, two feelings at the same time. I'm like simultaneously sad and excited because of what happened. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about all of this because the game worked out, but the injuries had me feeling a little down. And Donte, nobody deserves it, but it's just, man, we're gonna miss him, and you could overcome that injury potentially with, we'll talk about Ayo's ascension, but you're gonna miss him, and I just feel bad. I feel bad for him.
I almost didn't believe it. I'm like, oh, there's no way. Like, there's no way that this happened. But then all the replays that you see him kind of like overextend, you see that, I don't know what you want to call it, like a spasm or like the ripple kind of go through like the calf heel area. It happens with every player when this happens. You're like, oh my God, he tore his Achilles. Um, yeah, I feel really bad for him. He tries really hard on a team that I don't think has enough guys who consistently try really hard. His gravity shooting threes is great. I mean, also just on a personal level, like he's a free agent after next year. So like the last year of his contract, he might not play or he'll be diminished. I don't know. Like, does that make him rush back? Does that make him take his time? Like, I mean, we can figure that stuff out in the offseason, but it's just a bummer. I mean, it's a bummer not to have him in this playoff run. It's a bummer that like we're down one of our core players for next year. It's a bummer that we're down a guard. I feel like, we have more bigs than guards.
You don't want to
Yeah,
give him. I feel bad for him because it's like, he'll have plenty of money, but it'll be less money for him. Like, it just is.
yeah,
He could have got his deal done, and now you would like to see him get as much as he should, but maybe that means maybe it's more likely he stays with the Wolves now if he's got a less deal and he's hurt. Not that I want that to happen to him, but man,
yeah.
yeah, his money's tied up into it. His future's tied up into it. It's a brutal injury, but they can come back from it. Everybody who's had it has come back at his age
Hmm.
and been able to rebound in recent memory. It's one of those that they've, I think, gotten better at, like they have with ACLs. And he played 82 games. I mean,
Play all
he was our
82.
best
Yeah,
plus minus guy in the playoffs so far. Best
all
plus minus
season.
guy all season. The hustle, the energy, man.
Yeah. So that happens. At that point, I think it's 2 minutes into the game. I think we're up 5-0. So then Dante's out. Didn't play a great first quarter. We were down 1 after the first. I thought we played pretty poorly. I was actually happy that we're only down 1. I felt like we didn't attack the basket. The things that had worked the game before we weren't doing. I felt like we were letting Aaron Gordon just limp around and not really attacking him either. Felt like we could have put him in some actions, really, hit that weakness. And also Anton have a good first quarter. He hit one shot. He didn't look very good, which lead us into the second quarter. And things happened in the second quarter. Again, we're kind of down the whole second quarter, but near the end, there's a guy attacks the basket for Denver. I can't remember if it was Cam Johnson or if it was Spencer Jones, but Ant lands, hyperextends his left knee, goes down, kind of crumples to the court. He's in pain. I'm like, oh, ACL, like, what is this? What is this? And at the time, all we know is that Ant's going to be out for the rest of the game. What were you thinking, Tom?
My whole body I got the shivers in my body because I have the mental image of that replay, and your knee should not go that direction. That's the best direction for your knee to go if it's going to go in the wrong direction as opposed to left or right. But how far it went, I thought of Jokic when he hyperextended his knee and it was a bone bruise,
Yeah,
but it was not that far. Jokic's was bumped and Ants it was gross. And to see that and then to get the news that it's a bone bruise and there wasn't significant structural damage and that will miss weeks. That sounds good, but the cynic in me thinks that it's maybe a ploy to get the rest of the team to just keep playing well, and that he actually is maybe what does weeks mean?
really?
How many weeks is weeks? because
I never thought
the
about
part of me
that.
that wants to hold on to hope is the part that he comes back, and I texted you this. I was like, Wolves win in 6. And then we're 2-2 next series. And then he comes back 2.5 weeks, and then or whatever it was, and then we win it out. And Ant leads us to a championship in glorious fashion. His knees are rested. Ayo and Julius steps up, and Naz knocks down threes like he can do, like he's known to do, and it's glorious. But I don't know, man. That it looked so bad.
Yeah. And I feel like sometimes when Ant gets hurt, it does the way I don't know if he has everyone's different levels of pain tolerance, but he kind of just like goes down. He like asks for help. Like I felt like he was really hurt. But there's been times where he does that and then he comes back after halftime. But yeah, officially he hyperextended his left knee, he suffered a bone bruise. They've said there's no ligament damage. Um, this happened to Giannis in the 2021 playoffs and he missed 6 days, I believe. That is not the norm. What I've seen is it's like 2 to 5 weeks generally. It depends on the severity. These guys are elite athletes. They've got the best medical treatment. We'll see. It's highly unlikely Ant plays any more games in Denver, kind of to your point, Tom. Maybe he comes back at some point against the Spurs if we win. Maybe not. Maybe he comes back into OKC. Maybe not. I mean, we don't know. But we can't expect Ant to be playing in any more Denver games. So I was texting with some of my friends and they're like, wow, like what a great game. I'm like, also like a horrible game. Like if you could tell me, hey, we lose this game 2-2, but Donte and Ant are healthy, would you take that trade, Tom?
Yeah, yes, I would. This is my two feelings at the same time.
I would
Sad
too.
and and I love the Jade. We'll get to the Jaden stuff
I mean,
later, but I love the energy. I love the Ayo story, the Jaden story. I love all of it. All of that felt so good. but but Ant got
dude,
really hurt and Dante's out for a year. Like,
yeah. I mean, it severely dents, I think, our ability to go deep in the playoffs. We built our bracket winning the championship, assuming Ant and Donte were going to play. So, I mean, new information. I mean, this is just such a weird season. Like the crappy teams that we've lost to, the great games that we've won, the effort issues, and now like we lose our starting backcourt in the playoffs. So yeah, it was like a roller coaster of a game. And at this time, like it's halftime, we're down 4. Major injury issues. I thought we played really poorly in the first half. Julius and Jaden did not have good first halves. Ayo and Naz did, and that will definitely continue, particularly in Ayo's case. And I felt again like we needed to attack Gordon more. And Shannon played a little bit in the second quarter. I think he hit a 3. So I was like, oh, are we going to get something from him? But went into halftime, we didn't know for sure what was going on with Ant. Like I felt like he wasn't going to come back, but nothing was official. So it was an interesting first half of basketball. But if you want to talk about fun stuff, we can talk about the second half. And I think we have to start with Ayo Dosunmu. Tom, tell us about Ayo.
man, how do you are there words to describe what happened here? The fact that he scored the most points off the bench, just the downhill scoring, the 5 of 5 from 3, the 12 of 12 from the free throw line, the man was on a different level. The post game giving Rudy his flowers, talking about how Rudy brought him in, how he's got all the rehab equipment and they're working together. I thought that they, in terms of personality, would click because they both are like just really hyper focused, locked in. But that's next level. 43 points. Holy cow. And when I was watching it, so we were up north, and so at that point we were back at the hotel, got the kids to bed. I was sitting on my phone, like laying in bed watching this. My wife's asleep, and I was like, I got no one to be like, hey, what? And so I'm trying to like text and like, guys, are you watching this? Out of control. That's what I'm like. I was so happy. I was like, this is insane. The fact that we got him for a player who wasn't playing at all and some second round picks, and Leonard Miller, like Grant, I should be nicer to Leonard Miller, but what?
Leonard Miller can go have a great life. Who cares? We thank you for getting us Ayo.
Dude, I wanted Ayo to be our 6th man off the bench at this point. Like with Donte now being injured, it feels like he's slotting into a starting role alongside of Anthony Edwards next year. And maybe this is too far. Maybe we're just one game but it doesn't feel like a one-game thing. Like, he's not going to score 43 points every game, but he has been consistently really good. That first game in the playoffs, not as good, but he stepped right into that role. The pace that he injects into the game, the effort that he injects into the game, the defense that we didn't know that he could play, but man, was he in his bag getting downhill. And having an injured Gordon and nobody to protect the rim, I think we mentioned this on the last pod, is very helpful for someone like him when you're trying to get downhill with no rim protectors.
What a contrast. You play the Nuggets, who, the most efficient offense, no rim protection, and then you go play the Spurs, who, I mean, have a good offense, but Wemby is just a game changer defensively.
And
But to your
speaking
point
of,
about
and I think
Ayo,
that
I mean, 43, I think we have like a lag where like we're not synced.
there is a lag. And I don't know why, but we're going to keep going. Here, give me 1 second. All right. So my internet was broken, but it's back on now. And so, Josh, some stats on Ayo. Why don't you kick us off here?
I mean, just an amazing game. Unbelievably efficient. 43 points in 42 minutes. He was 13 of 17 from the field, 5 of 5 from 3, 12 of 12 from the line. I thought he also played pretty good defense on Jamal Murray when he had the assignment. To your point, I thought the first playoff game, Ayo didn't look fantastic. I feel like he struggled to guard Murray. It wasn't his best game, and I feel like ever since then he's been great. So I'm really excited to see what he can do. It's kind of funny. We scored 112, and only one guy on our team scored 20 or more, but that guy ended up scoring 43. But I mean, an amazing game by Ayo. I can't imagine he's played a better game in the NBA under bigger circumstances. Your starting backcourt just had catastrophic injuries. Like, who knows how long they're going to be out for, and you just dropped 43. And kind of to your point, it's just the way he does it. Like, he's big in transition, but it's not like he's like throwing down these thunder dunks. It's like he's got this like layup package, and he just like gets around the guys, or even when they score, he just runs it up their back and just like, scores on Jokic. It's got to be demoralizing for the other team to play against him. I just love having him on our team. I don't know why the Bulls got rid of him. Like, you want to be a good team, this is the kind of guy you want to keep on your team. But
That's the kind
thank
of
you,
guy
Chicago.
for not a lot of money that you can keep on your team who would make your team better. I'm remembering before my technical difficulties when we were talking about the Spurs, a bummer to not have the 3-point shooting of Anthony Edwards or Donte DiVincenzo for a while, because getting to the rim will be a little bit harder for this team. And the attack, downhill attacking game still can be there, but it'll be a much different series, knocking on wood, if we get there next. And I think we will. But not taking anything away from Ayo, but I think this is an easier matchup to get downhill without the rim defenders too.
Yeah, I mean, I think is the story of the game, Ayo, other than the injuries, because he had 43. But I also think we got to be honest that, Rudy played great. I've never seen a guy have a bigger impact on a game and scored only 4 points. He had 15 boards. They credit him with 2 blocks, 2 steals, but I thought he played great defense on Jokic. I mean, I Jokic had 24 points, 15 boards, 9 assists, 3 steals, and I feel like he didn't play a very good game. He was 8 of 22. He was 0 for 3 from 3. He had 4 turnovers, but at the end of the game, I just didn't feel like he had it. Normally, I just feel like he's got the ball, and wherever he goes, that guy scores, and he doesn't miss anything. And I don't know, Rudy's playing
Yeah,
great. He's taking him out of his element.
yeah, and Jokic goes on streaks where it's like, oh man, now it's like he's knocking down threes, he's dishing it, he's just like you feel it when he's getting hot, and he just hasn't been able to get hot. And I think we'll talk about this later. Him running down to the other end of the court in frustration at the end of the game has something to do with Jaden, and we'll talk about Jaden. I love Jaden, but it also has something to do with Rudy. It also has something to do with the fact that he has not been able to assert his will in the way that he is used to being able to do that.
Yeah.
Because of Rudy.
I love it too, because I feel like the internet is kind of catching up. People are like, whoa, Rudy's playing great. Like, whoa, look at what he's doing to Jokic. And it's kind of a bummer that this guy has won 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards, has been all defense however many times. Like, this has to happen for people to kind of stop ripping on him. And he definitely has his warts, like we all do. But he's an amazing defensive player. And I don't think we're up 3-1 if we don't have Rudy Gobert on our team. He's
No,
been
and
awesome.
Charles Barkley finally was like, is on the, like, we got to give Rudy his flowers, and then I want someday Shaq will come around.
What is like Shaq's deal? Like, man, who hurt you? Like, it's okay. Rudy, like, he's playing well. It's okay to say that. But yeah, he did play great. I thought Naz had a really good game too. I mean, 17 points off the bench. He was a team high with Jaden plus 14. Only 1 for 5 from 3. We had 9 boards. I thought he played really well. Julius Randle, I felt like played well, but if you look at his stat line, he was only 6 of 16, 15 points. He had 4 turnovers. He did have 9 rebounds. But I felt like Julius played better than that, and I usually don't feel that way. I don't know if you have a different take on him.
I don't. In a game where the game plan has to change so drastically, to be feeding like the hot hand of Ayo Dosunmu
Good
after
point.
Donte DiVincenzo and Anthony Edwards go out, and then you're relying on Julius Randle is normally the guy to step in and be that I'm the scoring option, but he had to be a facilitating player a bit, especially with Ayo, because they had to get him the ball. So I just think the whole game was weird.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that he played well under the circumstances, but now he's going to have to be the guy. Like, I don't think they're not going to rely on Ayo. Like, Julius is going to be that scorer, and he played that role well. But I am curious, without Ant and without DDV, if they're clogging the lane on Julius and they're kicking it out, Naz is going to have a better game from 3. And Ayo is going to have to keep hitting from 3, and Bones is going to have to hit from 3, because they are going to pack it in if it's a Julius-centric game, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, we lost our 2 best shooters. We lost the guys with gravity. You lost your starting backcourt. I mean, Jaden had a pretty good 3-point shooting percentage this year. I wouldn't necessarily call him like a shooter. Ayo shot over 40%. I think he's a pretty good shooter. Bones is streaky. He was 0 for 5 yesterday, but he's better than that. Maybe Shannon can hit a couple. I think he's going to have to play some minutes. It'll be interesting, and we can talk a little bit more about the next couple games. Kind of wrapping up this game, the Wolves kind of kicked the Nuggets' butt in the second half. We outscored them 62-42. We outscored them 30-18 in the fourth quarter. And with about, I don't know, 3 seconds left, Jokic decided he was like really going to start caring about the game. I'm sure everyone's seen this clip, but if you haven't, go find it. They miss a shot. So Denver is like intentionally fouling, even though I think we're up 12. And then they shoot a 3. They miss. Conley gets the ball and just kind of like throws it up court to Jaden. And there's like a post-game quote where Conley's like, oh, as soon as I did this, I hung my head like I knew he was going to try to score. And Jaden just goes and just like lays it up. Not like the bounce dunk to himself or like a tomahawk like he's done before. Just like kind of puts it in. And Jokic just like sprints. And there's like 1.3 seconds left. And like gets in his face on the sideline. And Jaden like kind of grabs his jersey and is just like smiling at him. I don't know what they said, but both benches kind of clear. Nobody's gonna get suspended. They find Randle and Jokic. Randle definitely got in there, showed his muscles. I thought Aaron Gordon actually might get suspended because he came like really far from their bench and it was on their side.
I have some
Like,
questions about that. So Jaden is a psycho, and I love it in the best way. I don't mean that as a slight. He's like, there was still time on the clock. So I was going to score. They just tried to score. They tried to hit a 3. And then Mike Conley was joking around when they were talking to him about it. It was really funny. He's like, I knew it right away. He's like, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have thrown it to him. I saw it was Jaden. I shouldn't have thrown it because I knew what he was going to do. So they had some fun with it, but Jaden, just like when he grabbed him, the image of him just smiling at Jokic, I'm like, that's what it takes to get Jaden to smile. Is a giant human trying
pure
to come in and
chaos.
hurt you. But I do have questions around. I mean, it's the same. You've Jamal Murray throwing a heating pack on the floor, and there's like, oh, never mind. Like, that's not a big deal. If a fan did that, they'd be banned for life if they threw something on the floor. But they do it. It's no big deal. You got people clearing their bench all the way across to come all the way over to the Wolves bench. Gordon in particular, and like, man, never mind. Like, I get that you don't want to alter a series with suspensions.
Yeah.
And that's it. Nobody wants to see that. We want the players to play. But I don't know. Come on, man. Like, I feel like
It's interesting.
there maybe needs to be more than just like, hey, these two players. I mean, yeah, Julius went in there to try to break it up and muscled his way through whatever, but Jokic sprinting down and confronting him like that right in front of the bench, and I don't know.
He also was it game 7 when we beat them a couple years ago, like Ant did something or was like pointing to his jersey, or like Jokic kind of got mad at him at that point too. Like, I mean, he's got upset other times too. I'm sure Nuggets fans know more than I do. But I feel like, I don't know, he just kind of lost it. Like Jaden broke him a little bit. Like why'd you do that? Like the game is over. Like now you care? Like I don't know. You're potentially the best player on the planet Earth, and you just can't keep it together. And he has had a great series by his standards. By anybody else, it's like, whoa, this guy's basically averaging a triple double. But I I've talked to my other friends who like aren't Nuggets fans, but they're not Wolves fans. I was like, what is your perception of Jaden McDaniels? And they're like, that guy's crazy. Or like, that guy's awesome. But like, they're like, but if I was a Nuggets fan, I would hate him. And I'm like, yeah, I guess if you're a Nuggets fan, you'd hate him. I don't know, but I don't think he's like a Pat Bev. He's not like,
He's not a Dylan
like
Brooks
borderline
level.
dirty.
He's not like Dylan Brooks level, like hated.
I don't think so. Am I biased though because I'm a Wolves fan?
I would say that even people who like even Phoenix like fans know that people hate Dylan Brooks. Like,
Yeah. They also have
um,
Devin Booker on their team. Jaden hates
yeah,
Devin Booker.
I don't care about that, and I love Jaden McDaniels. Who
I'm
cares?
so glad he's on my team.
He's untouchable at this point. What he has done in this postseason to get into their head, just the fan base alone would just mutiny if we tried to offload Jaden McDaniels.
The Denver media people who are like just losing their mind at this, they're like, oh yeah, why do you do this? Like poking the bear and like, oh, easy to trash talk you up 3. I'm like, he called every single player on your team a bad defender when it was 1-1. Like, I feel like he's not like, I don't know. He like talked trash when it was 1-1. He's not talking trash. He's up there. Like, yeah, he's still doing it, but I don't know. He did it when the series was 1-1. You guys are the home team. You're the 3 seed. Like, I don't think you can. I don't know. I don't think you can like get him for that.
I love the rivalry that has come of this. It was already a rivalry, and I think that it has reached like now there's like so much more attention on it because of all of this, and it definitely is one. And a large part of that is because of Jaden McDaniels, and I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. It's such a bummer that the game is 9:30. Like, if you're on the East Coast, the game starts at 10:30. Like, who is watching this game unless you're just an NBA sicko? But I'm gonna stay up for it and be very tired.
Yeah,
But
me too.
okay, so I think Jaden kind of broke Jokic. We'll see. So game 5 in Denver, we're up 3-1. We don't have Donte. We don't have Ant. They may or may not have Aaron Gordon. If they do, I mean, I think it's a very diminished Aaron Gordon. What do you think happens in game 5? What do you think happens the rest of this series?
I was originally
You were Wolves in 7.
Yeah, this sounds wild. Well, because obviously things have changed. We're up 3-1, and now we have no Ant and no Donte. And now I'm saying like Wolves in 6, but Wolves in 5 is fun. I think it's more fun to say Wolves in 5, especially the Wolves in 5 chant, just like be in their head. So I'm going Wolves in 5 just because I need to be a part of this momentum of just messing with them, like you posting the no David stuff to just troll David Adelman over and over again.
Dude, that book,
I love it.
It looks just like him.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, go on Twitter and check it out. It's been fun for me to just sit back and watch Josh posting this over and over again. But
Unhinged.
I have to go Wolves in 5. If it goes to 7, that's a bummer, and I'm not so sure. You know, I think that without Ant and without DDV, the sooner the better to take care of this one. But it's possible. A diminished Gordon, Ayo can still get downhill. Naz can still knock down shots. Julius has shown that he can run, he can score as the alpha when Ant is out. I don't think by any means this means that the Wolves are destined to lose this series with these injuries. Definitely makes it harder. How about you?
I am a Wolves fan. I feel like we're at a significant disadvantage. I mean, imagine if the Nuggets didn't have Jokic, you'd be like, oh, we're going to beat them. when we don't have Ant. We also don't have our other guard. I feel like we have one good guard. No disrespect to Mike Conley or Bones Highland, or if you consider Terrence Shannon Jr. a guard, but I feel like we have one good guard that's not great in the playoffs. I also think they're going to start Mike Conley because I think they'd want to keep Bones on the bench, so they'd start Ayo and Conley. I mean, I would attack Mike Conley if I'm Denver, right? Like, I would think he is like the weak link. He's just a lot smaller. I mean, Ayo's probably going to guard. Well, Jaden's probably going to guard Jamal Murray still, but they usually have Ayo on him when Jaden's out. But I don't know if they can do that with the minutes. I don't know. I kind of think we lose Game 5 because like Denver has to win it. I feel like they just pack the paint. To your point, even if they don't have rim protection, if they just have tons of dudes in there, I mean, that could clog things up. We'll have to shoot. We lost our 2 best shooters. If we win Game 5, like Denver probably needs to like make a trade because that's really bad. But I think we lose Game 5. I feel like Game 6 is our game to win. I said 6 at the beginning, but I'm definitely concerned. Again, I would way rather have lost this game and still have Donte and Ant than be up 3-1 and not have Donte and Ant. I feel better about winning 2 games with those guys on our team than winning 1 game without. I don't know if that's like the right opinion, but that's how I feel about it. So I can't really think beyond this. I know the Spurs won today, so they're up 3-1. The Spurs will likely beat Portland. But we got to finish this series. I hope we win Game 5. I feel like we probably win Game 6 because, I don't know, they got to have some pride in Denver, right? I mean, Dave Adelman should be fired. That guy is just a wiener. But I got to imagine Jokic, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, like Christian Brown, Tim Hardaway Jr., like those guys, they got to win the Game 5 at home. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too pessimistic about not having Ant and Donte, but I think we lose on Monday and we come back and win the next home game.
Yeah, when when you go from Anthony Edwards and Donte DiVincenzo, and I love Ayo, but then you're starting Mike Conley, and you decided before the start of the season that Mike Conley wasn't going to be in your starting lineup for a reason, and he hasn't been playing significant minutes at all. And now you have to start him. So it's problematic.
I mean, it's 70 minutes, right? It's like 70 minutes between Donte and Ant that you have to like redistribute. And so, yeah, like Ayo plays more. I mean, he's probably got to play like over 40 minutes. Maybe you play bigger, like Ayo, Jaden, Naz, Julius, Rudy. Maybe like Terrence Shannon's in there. Maybe Kyle Anderson. I don't know. You probably can't play Kyle and Rudy. I mean, there's just no spacing, but might be some funky lineup combinations. I don't know. Maybe it takes a game to iron that out.
I think that again, the wrinkle of all of this is going to be fun to watch because nobody knows. The Wolves are just game planning all anew, and who's going to be? Who the hell knows? Your all-stars out, Dante's out, but it's going to be a late game, so I'm gonna do my best to stay up too.
Okay. Also, I mean, these two, Denver is just gonna boo the absolute crap out of Jaden McDaniels. Do you think there's a fight? Do you think there's like a bunch of technicals? Like, do you think this is gonna like spill over, or do you think Denver's got to win, so they're gonna like be on their P's and Q's?
I think there's enough composure on this team. They got each other's back, but if it gets chippy, Jaden might push someone. But I don't think we got suspensions. But who knows?
Jokic's brothers will probably be there. Those guys are scary.
Yeah, those are some big dudes. I'm not messing with them. I'm just gonna say something nice about Jokic, so those guys don't hurt me.
Dads and dunks don't hurt us.
Yeah, we're nice people.
All right, so you got Wolves in 5. I'm thinking it's 6. I think the game Monday night. We're recording this Sunday night. I think the game Monday night will be fun, and I hope they win. But I don't know. So many things. Like, what a crazy game! What a crazy game! Like, also, if you're Denver, like if you're a Denver fan and you just lost that game, we just lost Donte and Ant, and you're like, and we lost you guys. That's also got to be pretty demoralizing.
Yeah, Rudy, Jaden, Ayo,
Naz,
trifecta, baby. All right. Anything else? Or are we gonna wrap this?
Done. Sleep time.
Let's wrap it up. This is Dads and Dunks, your To The Point Wolves Talk podcast.
I'm Josh.
I'm Tom. Go Wolves.
Go Wolves.